How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are looking at NIO today because it is up about 11% on the day. So far this week, it's up massively. If we just look over the last 5 days, it's up about 40%. And I bought NIO for the first time today. So I'm going to talk to you about that, why I think that we could see some really good growth in the company. If you guys want to know exactly how much I bought, or you want to know real time what I'm buying, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. You can join there. If you join there, I tell you everything that I buy, what I sell. If you sign up for the top tier, you can also get on calls with me with like a small group. So definitely check that out. Also, before we get started too, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, that means a lot. I am full-time on YouTube now, so hitting the like button definitely helps. Also, if you want 3 free stocks from WeBull, you can check out the link down below. They are going to add cryptocurrency here soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I've heard a couple other people talk about it, so I figured I could talk about it too. But they are adding crypto on there, and you do get those 3 free stocks if you deposit $100. So even if you spend 10 minutes doing that and you get at least $25 worth of money out of that, that is a good hourly rate of about $150 an hour, and you get to try out that new platform. They have a really good news section too on there, so it's really helpful. But NIO is up. I believe it was close to almost $40 a share today, and we're up 10%. So why did I buy in for the first time? Well, I had been kind of anxious, kind of nervous to buy in originally because I didn't know how well they were going to be able to scale. I didn't know with their ties to the government how I felt about that. I mean, typically if a company is tied in with the government, it's really good, but I had some issues just investing outside the US because I've never really had to do that before. So I did buy in for the first time. I bought in a pretty small amount, but I like to dip my toe in the water before I start buying a lot. So let's take a look at some different things that are coming up that could send the stock price up and kind of why I was thinking about buying this. So November 17 is their next earnings report. Now, this is going to be quite interesting because they've been able to scale a lot this quarter. We've talked about how they were delivering 5,000 vehicles just this last month and how that was an increase of 100% from last year at this time. So they are scaling quite nicely, and we'll talk about kind of how that compares to Tesla and their deliveries and the market cap here in a second. But I did find it interesting. I was looking up price predictions on this, and I know that these analysts can be off a significant amount, right? So stock analysts can be all across the board. A lot of these are older estimates, but I did find it interesting that the median price prediction is an increase of about 300%. And this is not like they had 2 analysts analyzing the stock. They have 17 analysts. So there are 9 buy ratings, 4 holds, and 2 sells. It's kind of an interesting breakdown here. Some people say it's going to go up 600%. So I was wondering, okay, how is this broken down? How many people are institutional investors, so like big mutual funds or hedge funds, stuff like that, versus the normal, typical, everyday WeBull Robinhood investor, so just retail investors? There are about 500 million shares that are institutional investors. So that means about $20 billion worth based on the stock price are institutional investors. Now the market cap is right around 50 to 60 billion, depending on when you look and how much the stock is up. So right around 60 billion with today's 11% increase. So that's a pretty big market cap when you consider that only about $20 billion worth is institutional investors. So about 33 to 40% institutional investors. Now, if we take a look at that versus another company, if we take a look at versus Tesla, Tesla has about 51% institutional investors. We also can look at it compared to the general S&P 500. So S&P 500 is about 80% institutional investors. So I think that it's quite interesting when these companies are growing so quickly because a lot of institutional investors are behind, right? They are a little bit cautious about putting money out there because they need to show returns. And if they have one stock that really drops off the map or doesn't perform well, then it can drag the whole portfolio down. And they need to show returns every quarter because their investors need to see returns for them to keep their money in. So with these types of new up and coming stocks, a lot of the time institutional investors are behind the eight ball. They want to go with the 12%, 13% companies, but these companies are high risk, high reward. There's some extra growth potential because a lot of institutional investors haven't actually bought in yet. So they're behind the eight ball a little bit, but if they start to buy in, they start to see the potential, they start to see the numbers. If they increase their position, I think that's going to cause the stock to go up a lot. So there's a little bit of a risk when there are a lot of institutional investors. They hold a lot of weight, they carry a lot of shares. So if they buy in, it can push the stock up dramatically. If they sell out, it can push the stock down dramatically. But if we look at them compared to some of the other stocks, some of the other index funds, you can see that they don't have a lot of institutional ownership compared to some of these other companies. But for something like NIO, we've seen that it's gone up massively this year. Just looking over the last year, it's up from $1.71 and it's up over 2,100%. So it's had crazy growth. And I was very cautious about investing in the company because it had grown so much already. Now, I have talked about this with other stocks too, that when there is a good growth stock, a lot of the time you always are investing when it's near peak numbers, right? When it's grown a lot. If you look at Amazon, it's almost always at the top of its price curve. So that's something that you kind of have to get over, but I kind of want to take a look at too. What does this look like compared to Tesla? So NIO is mostly just in China right now. They have a big market there, but if they start expanding to other locations, start expanding to other countries, I think that they could definitely take some market share from Tesla. They could expand. The government wants to see about 20 to 25% EV in China in the next 5 years or so. So NIO is a big part of that. Well, they were able to deliver about 5,000 vehicles last month. If we take a look at Tesla and what they've been able to deliver, about 40 to 45,000 vehicles in the third quarter. So that means, okay, let's say it's 50,000 a month compared to 5,000 a month. That's about 10x what NIO has been able to do. Now, looking at Tesla's market cap, they're around a $400 billion company compared to NIO, which is about a $55 to $60 billion company. So you might be paying a little bit more for NIO just because it hasn't scaled as much, but they have so much growth ahead of them, right? So they are a company that's market cap is only 60 billion, 55 billion. If they're able to grow to Tesla, even if it takes 10 years, that is an 8x return or a 7x return. There's a lot of growth potential there. And while they are way behind Tesla, and while Tesla has the leading edge on them, I think they're going to be a really good company for China. And I think they're going to be able to kind of maybe get that second spot in the EV sector. Now, there are going to be other traditional car manufacturers that are looking to actually expand into EV. A lot of them don't want to have to pay the credits to Tesla and to other EV companies here in the US to be able to not produce EV. So they definitely are going to try to branch out, but NIO has a lot of technology. Their vehicles look really good. Apparently they drive well. They are good technology. So I think that there's definitely some potential there. Now, I'm not saying you should go buy NIO. I'm not saying that it is the best investment out there, but I think there is a lot of growth ahead of it. Now, it is high risk, high reward because they've gone up so much. It could definitely go down. So let me know your thoughts below. Let me know whether you're buying NIO or whether you're holding out or whether you think it's not worth buying into or whatever you think. I would be curious in hearing it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I did a video earlier today. If you're looking at more defensive stocks, so whether we shut down the economy or open it back up, the video from earlier today showed 4 different companies that should benefit either way. So I thought that was a pretty interesting video, but you should check that out if you haven't seen it already. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for hitting the like button and checking out WeBull, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.